Welcome back to a new video. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Charizze. Today is an exciting one because it is the video so many of you are anticipating. It is my 2023 bullet journal setup. Wait, not only that, because this is also the pilot video for the series I'm bringing back from last year, which is Charizze T-reats. There will be 12 videos with exciting stationery giveaways. I will be explaining more of that later, but let's get right into my 2023 bullet journal setup first. So here is my brand new bullet journal. I will be using this Tsuki Kuma journal from Notebook Therapy's Cottage Friends collection. It has a beautiful velvet hardcover with gilded edges in gold. I really love this earthy color and the texture of the cover. I actually have a discount code Charizze10 for 10% off, and I will leave the link of their website in the description box below if you want to be notebook twins with me. So I started by writing my name on the introduction page, then we're hopping right to the next pages to create my 2023 cover spread, just for a nice welcome greeting of the new year. I was inspired by this notebook's cover design that has a bear and a mailbox, so I thought of doing a postage stamp designs for each of the numbers of the year 2023. I will be using brush pens for coloring, and they are also listed, as well as the rest of the supplies I'm using down the description box. This is just a decorative page, but like my monthly setups, creating cover pages is a nice way to set the mood for the new chapter. Using a 005 fine liner, I'm just inking my pencil sketches of the postage stamps with floral designs. You can also draw a different set of flowers that you would like. And starting with a pencil is always a good way to see the spacing and drafting the whole composition. This is actually my third yearly or New Year bullet journal setup. I do have the videos of them already, and the styles are different from each other, so if you're looking for more inspirations or ideas, especially for beginners, I will be providing them below as well. In the past, I usually go for 0 to less drawings with minimal colors, but this year, I think it's time to change things up a bit. But remember that adding illustrations and colors are optional when setting up a bullet journal. And like I said, I have beginner-friendly setups available, and whenever you're ready, you can start playing around with your spreads however you like with illustrations and colors, and it shouldn't be a stressful one. This cover actually looks good already with the black and white, but I'm still going for the colored version, so after drawing with a black pen, I took some brush pens and highlighters with neutral colors for the background of the stamps. And then I'm coloring a white flower with yellow inner petals, a sunflower, a pink flower that is supposed to have stamens, but I forgot to draw that part, and then a baby's breath flower. You can also add dimensions when using these markers by shading or adding another layer of color to the inner parts, or taking another color with a darker tone. After that, I'm also writing welcome to the top left part, and I'm ready to the bottom right of the illustration using an old English font. That finally finishes my 2023 cover. Then we will work on the page next to it to create a list of bullet keys. When you're just starting with bullet journaling, one of the things you have to determine is setting up your bullet journal keys, or the symbols you will want to use for rapid logging. So these symbols that I have been using ever since are examples that you can also utilize in your own bullet journal. These are easy visual demonstration to classify your entries, whether they are tasks or events. And what's cool about it is that it is also customizable, so you can choose symbols that suit your needs and are easy to remember when writing your entries down. Like I said before in my past setups, I already know my set of keys by heart, but I'm still going to create a page for it in case some of you are just starting with this method of journaling. Looking at this page we are currently making and decorating, I am drawing a letter mail and wrote the bullet keys inside. I also added some leaves and a vintage key design under it. And that is it for my 2023 introduction spread, but let's move on right away with the next part of this setup, which is my future log spread. When starting a bullet journal, a future log is amongst the first spreads to create, and this is where you can write your important monthly and yearly events all in one place. It's basically a calendar type of spread that you can use to plan your appointments and see future occasions in a glance. It doesn't matter if you start somewhere around the year. If you start in February, you can start your future log on that month as well. There are so many different ways and layouts you can do to make your future log spreads. Looking at mine, I started by drawing an ink bottle and a fountain pen. Then I wrote the future log title above it. On the other side of the spread header, I wanted to write one of my favorite verses from the scripture, and it's also perfect for something related to the future. Then I'm just filling the space left with a flower and leaves and colored them with brush pens to complete the whole look of the header. For the calendar itself, I went for a vertical layout with a Dutch door, so I'm having 2 spreads with 6 months each. I'll have enough space for each month, and this way I can just flip to any of these pages and still see the same header design without having to repeat it or doing another design for a new spread. This next page I'm setting up is something I have seen many including in their yearly setups, and I thought it was a nice idea. It is writing my word of the year. For me, this would be a word that will constantly remind me what I want myself to focus in. With a single word, it helps set my intention and speaks how I want my year to feel and to flow. But before that, I decorated the whole page first with some more vintage elements. We're still going with the same vintage vibes here. I drew a pencil and an oblique calligraphy pen, papers, and an envelope with a wax seal. After drawing and coloring them, I'm writing the word of the year title above on the gray paper, and the word I chose to represent my 2023 without second thoughts or any other choices is faith. With all the pandemic and uncertainties of the world, I had been allowing myself to worry and be anxious about almost everything that is out of my control. The start of 2022 has been emotionally draining for me, but as I was spending the rest of this year in a very unexpected moment, my heart found this great peace that I cannot even explain. And just knowing that someone truly exists and is in control of everything no matter what the situation is, so all I have to do is trust. My heart is actually jumping with joy right now while saying this, but yeah, that is my word of the year. Then on the next page, I will be using this to write some positive affirmations and big dreams, because why not? And it may eventually lead us to our purpose in life. Next, I cut this page into a Dutch door again. Then I'm using this green zebra mite liner to color this whole side of the spread. Using a colored paper would give a better look, but I specifically wanted this color and I was not in the mood to print just for this part. Then I'm going to be using some washi tapes from here. I also got this Cottage Friends washi tape set from Notebook Therapy. They are so cute and pretty. I am taking this die-cut washi tape with lace-like design to decorate the front and back edges of this Touch Door page. I also left a little bit of allowance so we can still see the curves. Then I also mirrored the other side close to the green block of color for an even look. This empty spread here will be for my 2023 goals. I divided it into 6 categories for personal, spiritual, family, career, creative, and financial goals. I'm also using brush pens and highlighters to add color on the titles. And that is it for my word of the year with affirmations and big dreams and yearly goals touch door spreads. We can now move on to another spread. We are having some more horizontal touch door pages here that I had pre-cut. That I'm decorating the edges with this green gingham washi tape with botanical designs. And there are some more cutting again on the sides of the pages so we can see both of the tapes in a glance. I'm gonna be using this to keep track of my finances for the year. This is something I like to have, particularly in the beginning pages of my bullet journal. Having all things to do with money in one easy to find spot makes it simpler to know exactly what my incomings and outgoings are. And just like the other spreads in a bullet journal, financial spreads are also customizable to make them work for you. These layouts can be as complicated or as simple as you need and want. Some things I want to keep track of are my income, expenses, and savings. On the left header of the spread, I wrote budget, and then I laid out my own tracker for the first 6 months consisting of income, expenses, with starting and ending savings balance. I want to make use of the space on the very last page of these touch doors by adding a simple needs and wants section and decorated the bottom with another cottagecore washi tape design. Next to it is my savings tracker where I'm going to allot some funds to some of the things I want to save for. Below the page, I will have this little section for wishlist, just a small space to list down things that I'd like to have soon, but I'll probably have to work for it for more than a year or so. I also still have some stuff on my list this year that I will migrate here. Now we are just completing this spread with a simple illustration of an ink bottle with a quill, lilac flowers tied in a pink bow and floating leaves. I also added this slim washi tape with a quote that says, "Enjoy the little things." Our last spread to work on my yearly setup is a period tracker. To anyone who menstruates, this is especially helpful not only to stop getting unexpected bleeding surprises, as you will be aware of the estimated dates, but also to document symptoms and know more about your body. In terms of my layout, I wrote the title on the upper left in a rotated way, just so I could fit all 12 months, but I just realized now that I could just have done 6 months only, since I usually start a new journal after 6 months. But that's okay. After that, I also did some drawings such as a tulip, which I think suits this spread well, and then some more easy leaf and a cute eraser illustration on the bottom just to tie it with the previous spreads. I know it's weird why I drew an eraser, but I think the whole theme can also be tools for writing with vintage and cottagecore vibes. This layout can be as simple or detailed as you want to. For me, I also added a colored legend of the flow level, whether it is light, medium, or heavy, as well as some symptoms that I usually get prior to it. You may also add other ideas such as ovulation and fertile window, mood swings, discharge or spotting, and so on. I'm doing a column layout for the tracker itself. For each month, I decorated it with this cute washi sticker designs, and then I drew the rectangles for all the days of the month, which was honestly a tedious one. After that, we are finally done with this spread. But before we take a final look, I quickly went back to the budget and savings spread to add this clear washi tape to decorate the header. I know having less is more, but I just had the urge to add these in the end. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, this is our first video of my Charizze T-reats series of 2022, where there are 12 videos in total coming in the first 12 even days of December. So if you are not subscribed yet, I recommend doing so, and tapping the bell icon will help you get notified right in the dot when the next video is uploaded, so you won't miss them. So for our first Charizze T-reats giveaway is in collaboration with Notebook Therapy. We are giving away a bullet journal and washi tape set from their Cottage Friends collection to one lucky winner. It's open internationally. I listed all the simple steps to enter and more of the giveaway details in the description box below. So make sure to check it out, and good luck everyone! And with that, let's do a final flip through of all the spreads we made together. I'm really happy with how these turned out. It was nice doing something different in terms of the style compared to my previous yearly bullet journal setups. And I'm super excited to use these next year. I hope you enjoyed the whole process and you found some helpful ideas to start your own bullet journal for 2023. But that is all for today. I wish you all a lovely start of the month, and I will see you on December 4th for Charizze Treats Day 2. Bye everyone!